guys, Guido here. Today I am back with a follow-up video of Time to Rock, as well as some Awakening PvP Berserker buffs. I apologize I couldn't make this video sooner, but I had De La Rona, so sadly I could not film anything. Yes, I'm feeling better. That out of the way, let's get right into it. So, Time to Rock actually has been receiving non-stop buffs to it since release, and since my last video there is actually a lot to go over. First off, the skill launched with a lot of bugs and things that were wrong with it. Some things like height issues, skill activation with some abilities, those still kind of exist. But most of these problems were fixed 2 weeks ago on Global Labs, so here's what was buffed on him and fixed. Time to Rock can now be flowed from Fierce Strike, Frenzy Destroyer, Predatory Hunt, Storming Beast, and after using the skill, it has been improved so that it can be smoothly linked with Fearsome Tyrant, Giant Leap, as well as, not mentioned in the patch notes, but Seismic Blast. And yes, you heard that right. Seismic Blast can now smoothly be used very fast after Time to Rock, which is really amazing. And all of these buffs allow it to truly be seamless in the pre-awakening, succession, and awakening specs. I'm actually going to show you guys on the screen here of this actually right now. Shout out to Zool BDO. He's actually the guy who posts this. You guys should follow him. Just type in Zool BDO on YouTube and make sure you guys subscribe to him. He's amazing. But you can see it right here. There you go. Boom. Look at that. Seamless. Play one more time for you guys. And I'll just let this video play out because it basically showcases all of the changes. The left is the old, the right is the new. Here you go. Watch this. See Seismic here. Here we can see Fierce Strike. Way faster on the right. This is FD. This is Predatory Hunt. Falling Rock. Same speed. Predatory Hunt is way faster. And landing. Very fast. Final hit didn't seem to be improved. Storming Beast is very much improved. So you can get out of there faster. Here's some Tyrant. So that's huge for Time to Rock, man. There is actually one more thing though. So lastly, actually for Time to Rock, in this week's patch, actually for Global Lab, they changed the attack range of Time to Rock, which I'm assuming is going to be a buff since the fall off for it was a bit weird. I heard at like 50% range, it was just completely just falling off, so they probably corrected that. So I'm assuming it's going to be a buff. They also changed the hit damage from it from 1351 times 5 maximum 2 hits to 1351 times 10. So all the damage now is going to be all at once, and the range of the skill should be improved. Just overall, it's going to be a very nice buff with this skill. So moving forward, this week, now we're moving from Time to Rock, now we're moving into the Awakening changes. They actually talked a little bit about Awakening Berserker, which is wild. In my opinion, even though that Awakening Berserker on console is super gimped, I still think that Awakening Berserker is a really strong class. So buffing him in any way is a little freaky to me, and it was quite crazy. So we're gonna read this out here. So Awakening Berserkers had to utilize their main weapon skills in PvE to get useful buffs in addition to their Awakening skills. They aren't wrong, actually. I mean, you had to basically go pre-Awakening swap back into Ground Lift into Awakening, and it was just a constant swap. It was very annoying. It actually really breaks your controllers and hands, I'm not going to lie. Players had to continuously swap to pre-Awakening to use the so-called pre-buff combo. The so-called pre-buff combo? That's pretty funny that they call it that, I'm not going to lie. That is pretty funny. That's pretty funny, dude. The so-called pre-buff combo. I love how they like put the little quotations on it. That's pretty funny, but they realize it too. You know, it's cool. After like 6 to 8 years, they realize it. Which is linked to Headbutt, Storming Beast, Frenzy Destroyer skills to increase the melee hit rate and increase melee attack power. In the combo, linked in the Awakening skill after the pre-buff, if the monsters could not be defeated at once, it was necessary to switch back to the main weapon and use the pre-buff combo again to obtain the buff. Therefore, with this update, The blasting skill has been changed so that the combo can be maintained in the awakened state by linking the buster training skill and blasting skill, while still taking the attack speed increase effect and the melee attack power increase effect. So when you first read this, you first think, oh wow, they put buster training on blasting and like the melee thing on blasting. So this isn't true. This is just like a horrible translation. I hope that this isn't like the actual thing. I think this is just like horrible translation. But basically, when you activate blasting now, first of all, the skills. I'm going to show you it on the screen. The skills just completely modernized. Skills showcased right here. I'm going to show you a lot more of a POV of this. But you could just see off the rip. I mean, this is just completely reworked. It's not even the same skill anymore. It's not even the same skill. And what the developer note says over here isn't quite accurate either. It's missing a lot of context and it's missing a lot of details. So not only I'm going to be showing you this on screen. It flows with nearly everything. Ground lift, general disarray activate instantly with this skill. Seismic, split shot, even Titan blow activate immediately with this skill. They really thought this skill out. It really is nice. It flows to and from a lot of the awakening abilities. So your first thought might be, well, you know, is this damage nerfed in PvP? And at first glance, you'd look at the minus percentage of the new ability, the reworked ability, and you would say, yeah, probably. But it's actually not. I actually had a chance to test on this on stream with Ming, and I know that Global Labs isn't really super accurate, but basically they changed the values down here. It actually goes to show you. They didn't talk about the minus percentages, but basically right now it's basically it's minus 24.6 in PvP, and after the change, it's like 55. It's in the 50 percentages. I don't know, but it's like minus 55 or something. And I know it's in the 50s. I can't look at it right now. But basically, it went from 13, 14 times 2 up to 3 hits to the first hit of the skill doing 13, 14 times 3, and the second hit doing 13, 14 times 6. So you're like, oh, well, just doing all blasting. Well, yeah, but it's basically, there's no more third hit. So they basically made it to where the first hit is doing like one half, and the second hit's doing the other half, with the second hit fucking absolutely chunking. So my first comment on this skill is that, so like I said, first off, it flows to and from mostly every awakening ability. The combo potential with this skill is going to be absolutely insane, especially after ground lift, and with the seismic and scatter and all those other abilities, it's really good. So off rip, it's absolutely amazing. It's actually way better than Time to Rock off rip. This skill is like the 3-week marker for Time to Rock. So week 1 with this skill is absolutely insane. To combat the crit, I mean the PvP damage nerf a little bit, they added a 50% crit skill. I mean a crit chance. And it's not going to be applied during cooldown, obviously, so you have to use the 2 hits, and then it goes on cooldown for about 4.5 seconds or whatever it is. Yeah, it's 4 seconds. So, basically, when you have a drop popped and all that, you should have 18%. And then if you have ground lifting add-ons or whatever skill you have 20% crit rate on, it's going to equal about 88% in PvP. So, when I tested this skill with Ming, this skill is absolutely insane. This skill chunks. It's got an air and down attack on it, and it's just doing it all at once. It's just crazy, and it just does so much damage. I could totally seeing this being completely abused. I almost wonder in some kind of way if it's gonna get nerfed. Because when I was getting hit by it, I had like pretty console similar gear, actually a little bit better. I had a Pen Fallen God with C20, and I'm just getting like half health with this ability. It's nuts. The skill's crazy. The skill also, what I wanted to say before, is that it's very modernized. The skill, it feels like that the skill, while it's reusing old Berserker animations, it's naturally fast, which is something that I've always been saying about Berserker. Like, his skills have really never been like this, so it's really nice that they went out and kind of did this to blasting. It feels like a lot of the newer classes, you know what I mean? How they have really fast, flowy abilities. This is one of them. This is like a skill that's exactly like that. And this skill does a lot of damage. It does even on cooldown, it does a lot of damage, which is really cool. So this skill's looking gonna be really nice, really good rework for this. It's gonna be really good if you grind an awakening, and it's even better for PvP in my opinion because you don't have to swap to pre-awakening anymore to get your melee AP, which is gonna be more consistent damage for Berserker. This is really good. I'm really happy that they realized how annoying it is. They have to maintain like 4 different pre-buffs constantly, 3 base ones, and then 4 with headbutt. So it's really good. You know, if you guys remember the first time they tried like correcting this with shooting mobility, kind of flopped a little bit, but when it's up, it's it's really good. It's only 3 seconds though, so it's kind of mid. But this makes it really good. You know, this is like the melee AP buff here lasts 10 seconds, and the timer resets constantly every 4 seconds, so it's really good. I really like this a lot. Absolutely amazing ability. The second buff that they did was that they lowered the cooldown of Earth Dividing from 12 seconds to 10 seconds, which is an absolutely insane buff. Basically, what this means now is that you're going to have a super armor up a lot more in Awakening, a separate super armor up a lot more in Awakening. You have a debuff slow that's up a lot more in Awakening, and this also means that you could cycle in Devastation every 10 seconds with absolutely no regard to waiting for Earth Dividing. So you don't have to constantly wait anymore. You could just keep spamming out Devastation, Earth Dividing, Devastation, Earth Dividing, and it's going to be up. Earth Dividing is going to be up every time because now they both have the same cooldown. So it's absolutely insane. That's an absolutely insane buff. And the last 2 changes over here is Split Shot. They increased the hits for on the skill, so they nerfed it by 1 more hit in PvP. It's unchanged. And then Ancient Wave got changed from 7 hits to 9. And they nerfed the PvP damage by from 45% to 57.2. So if you actually do the math here, people say, oh, it's unchanged, but maybe I'm doing Berserker brain, but the damage to me, it actually is going to be a buff because they increased the total amount of hits. So it's actually looking like a slight buff, but we're gonna have to see. But it might be a nerf, might be a buff. We'll have to see. We'll have to feel it. Global Lab is not truly accurate anyways. But yeah, this is basically the latest news about what they're doing to Berserker. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Berserker's been getting a lot of attention recently, which is pretty cool to see. I hope that they do this for other classes like Suxork or Meiwa or Awakening Mystic too. Those classes definitely deserve it way more than we do. So yeah, really cool changes, and I can't wait to see what's in store for next week. That's it for the video. Make sure you guys are following my Twitch. Come by and just say hello. Love to meet you guys. Make sure you guys are subbed to my YouTube channel as well here. Make sure you like the video. Keep you guys up to date as always with the Berserker changes and anything that's significant. I will see you guys later, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.